Okay guys, welcome back to another episode of Car Tales, where I say stories from cars I've bought, cars I've sold, cars I've been around. Today we're talking about my 335i. If you've watched the channel, you know I had this car for 2 weeks. It did not work out. So today I'm going to be talking about, was I scammed? Because I think it's a grey area. I think I definitely could have done something about it. I bought the car for 9. 2 weeks later I sold the car for 6.5 to the guy I bought the car off. It was a garage. I know the laws, I know the rules now, so I probably could have done something about it, because we're going to go into that. But yeah, I didn't. This video might help you if you're in a bit of a sticky situation, or if you just want to watch something. Like and subscribe. Hope you enjoy. So my 335i, I bought it after my Fiesta ST line. So I went from a small engine car to a 3-litre twin turbo beast. I was gassed. I was really excited. It was the Touring. I could only get insured on the Touring shape. They wouldn't even consider me for any of the other shapes. 335i is around 305 horsepower. It was nice. It was smooth. It was good. It didn't suit my lifestyle at all. Doing a 5-minute drive to work, 5-minute drive home. That big of an engine. I make no secret of the fact that the fuel killed me. But let's talk about what happened that day and why I think I was scammed overall. So firstly, so I phoned him on the Sunday. The car viewing was on the Monday. So Sunday, all agreed, boom, done, boom. Monday, he phones me as I'm on the way there, and he says, has this car got finance on it? Talking about my Fiesta. I said, no, it has not got finance on it. He said, that's fine. Come down, we'll see what we can do. It was like an hour and a half drive. So you'd think if there was an issue, which we'll talk about, he would have tried to fix it before I drove all the way there. Got there. Didn't have lunch. Like, I was just planning to, as you do, hop in, trade in my car, take his car, go home. Simple as that. Nah, not with this guy. I'm so tempted to say his name because the customer service was shocking, but I won't. So we're sat in there for around 4 hours while he's trying to figure out if my car's got finance or not. If you know, I pay all my cars cash. One site was saying the car was finance free, and the other site was saying the car had finance on it. Long story short, the number plate that the previous owner had links to a new car with finance, so it was still linked to my car even though the plate wasn't on it. It makes no sense, but it was flagging that the car might have had finance. It didn't say the car had finance. One site was completely clear, the other site was saying maybe. So for that, he kept us. Well, he didn't keep us. I could have left at any time, but we were there for 4.5 hours. No food, no drink, weren't offered a thing for something that's meant to be like essentially a quick swap and change. But we eventually did it. We left, nothing wrong. I got in the car the next day. The car struggled to start. I was thinking, oh, this is strange. He also gave me the car on no fuel and didn't offer to put fuel in the car, which isn't really a scam. That's more like my bargaining technique. But yeah, it's all red flags. I got home the next day, car struggled to start. It did start, but the battery was quite flat. I forgot to say this part. We later found out that he had the car since August and I bought the car in February. So my guess is it was sat in his yard for all that time, probably hadn't been turned on. So he knew the battery was low, because when I went to Tesco the same night, we were sat in the car, didn't take the key out, so like all the power was still on. And after 30 seconds, the battery light come on. So chances are he actually had to jump start the car to show me the car. So he definitely knew. Let's carry on. Instantly, I phoned him. What's going on? The battery's low. It's fine. You can bring the car down. We'll fix it. Bring the car down. We'll fix it. He knew I wasn't going to bring the car down because I was flat out with work. And as I said, he was quite far from where I live. So we were on the phone. Bearing in mind, I had the car for 2.5 weeks. Back and forth for about a week. And then at the end, I was like, do you know what? I want to hand the car back. Give me my cash back. I don't even care about my Fiesta because I'm sure that's gone. I think he sold it to another trader. I just want this car gone. No, Tom, we can't do that. We can't do that. There's nothing wrong with the car, this and that. And obviously I wasn't struggling with fuel as such, but it definitely was taking a toll on me, especially compared to the Fiesta that didn't use fuel, and this was starting to use fuel. It was a factor into the decision that I made, and that decision was to sell the car back to him for 6.5 grand. So that's a 2.5 grand loss in 2.5 weeks. And the reason I did that was because he was not prepared to help me at all with the battery. And I know it's only a small thing, but I bought a car from a garage. He should be able to help. And this is where it does piss me off a bit, because if it was now, I know the law, I know where I stand, I know everything. But back then, I didn't know a thing. It was only last year, but I didn't know a thing. And the way he worded it made it seem like he was doing me a favour by buying the car for 6.5. He didn't owe me a penny. I didn't have a leg to stand on, and he's doing me a favour by buying the car off me for 6.5. It took about a week for the 6.5 to hit my account as well. I'll pay you tomorrow, I'll pay you tomorrow, I'll pay you tomorrow. And I think this is less, I think it's partly me being scammed and partly me not knowing the law and like where I stand. So I think it is important, if you do buy, I always buy my cars from a garage, because if something goes wrong, you have a leg to stand on. Yes, you pay more, but it's like a safety net kind of thing. I had to jump start my car a couple of times because it didn't start, and he wasn't prepared to help me. He was prepared, but you have to come here, then we'll hit it, then you have to drive home. But you work all week long, and we're quite far from you, and you haven't got a chance to come to me. So it was a bit of a cop-out, and as I said, I wish it happened now, because I know where I stand, I have a leg to stand on. But it is what it is. We live and learn. It's not ideal, obviously, but it is life. So yeah, that's why I think I was scammed on my 335i. Let me know your thoughts. Hopefully you enjoy this style of content where I just sit down and talk about my past. Hopefully I'll see you again. Cheers.